everyone, this is Sam Create the Heart, and today I'm going to be sharing how to make this really simple little mini album. It's from this tutorials from Polly's Paper Studio, and this uses the number 10 security envelopes, which I just happen to have a bunch of them at home. And they're basically kind of very close to slimline size. So you're just going to take the envelopes and fold them in half. I'm going to be using also the Sweet Strawberries paper, the ephemera. I may or may not be using the sentiments from the Sweet Strawberry or Strawberry Goodness stamp set, but I do have it out on my desk. But I'm definitely using the ephemera. There's 2 packs of strawberry ephemera. One comes in the subscription box and one is a separate thing. But anyway, you take your envelope and all you have to do is fold it in half. So I used 4 envelopes for this particular mini album. When you fold it in half, it then measures 4 1/8 by 4 5/8, or I'm sorry, 4 3/8. So, and then you're going to need some hinges. Your hinges should measure 2 1/4 by 4 1/8, and then you're going to score at 1 1 1/4, and that will give you a 1/4 inch hinge. Mine are not exactly the right size because I just made this as a demo because I've already done my hinges, but basically you're going to glue them back to back like that so that the 1/4 inch hinge then is at the top. So I used a combination of double-sided tape and glue to attach my hinges. So you're going to need 3 hinges for this project, and you're just going to attach all 3 hinges together. So you just go ahead and do that, and then I'm just kind of demoing how to do that right now with these 2 hinges so you can get an idea. You could just use all glue if you'd like, or all, tape. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be fine. So you're just going to go ahead and attach those together. You can see mine aren't exactly the right size, height-wise, but you get the idea. So you just go ahead and attach them together, and then you can see then you have 2 1/4 inch hinges right there, and your pages are just going to attach to those hinges. So for your pages, I'm going to attach this one on there. You are going, see, it's going to fit like that. The 2 open ends are going to sandwich between that hinge. So what you're going to do is you're going to put glue on 3 sides of one side of the envelope. You're not going to put it all over. It doesn't need it. So you're just going to put 3 sides. Don't do the middle. And so I will, hopefully, if I remember, link to Polly's Paper Studio and her tutorial, and she did a completely different look. She did kind of a, I don't know, like a red, white, and blue type album, and it was just really adorable. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach that hinge. And so for this hinge, you could just put a little bit of tape on the ends there, and then a little bit of glue in the middle so that your hinge has something to attach to. And you just peel that off. And so you're going to do this for all 4 envelopes. So then you've got a perfect album. And I'm just struggling to take that little piece off there. So you're going to see exactly how I do that. So right up to the score line, and you're going to fold that over. And then the other side is going to fit right over like that. So you're just going to go ahead and you're going to do a little bit of glue on the hinge, and then you're going to take the double-sided tape liner off and then close it real well, and you're all done. Then you've made your book. Okay, so just peeling that off. And all right, and you want to just line it up. And it's a super sturdy book. It is extremely sturdy considering that there is no chipboard. So now I have actually made the front cover of my book, or the back cover, but now it's all completely done. You can see all the hinges there. So to do the pages, you need a piece of cardstock that measures 8 by 4 and I think it's a quarter. And then what you're going to do is score it at 4, and then you fold it in half, and one side is going to get glued to your book, and then the rest of it you're going to go ahead and cover in paper. So I did that for all of my pages, and then I covered my pages exactly the same. So that was kind of my preference. But you can cover them any way that you like, but this way I liked them to match. And so you don't have to do that. You could just put your paper just right on there. You don't need to make anything special to go on there, but this is how Polly did it. Polly's Paper Studio did it on her channel. And so I like the look of it, and it does make your book even sturdier. And you've got room with that 1/4 inch hinge. Okay, so for the front cover, I'm just using some gingham ribbon. I think I got it from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I've had it for a while. And I'll put down a little bit of glue just to stick my ribbon so it stays in place before I put my cover and my back cover pages. Actually, I think I used a little score tape there. Okay. And so, yeah, I used a little score tape. So that just helps keep your ribbon down so that you can place your front cover and your back cover pages. And I use the same paper. I use this like strawberry flower paper, which I thought made a pretty cover. And so, just like the inside pages, I matted it with the same pink paper, and it just gives it kind of a more finished look. And so there's my back, and I'll flip it over and show you what I did for the front. So I just went ahead and used ephemera, and that strawberry garden that actually was on a ephemera piece that was a sign, and I just cut the strawberry garden piece out and attached it to the top on top of that little doohickey there, her little, I don't know, her little market. And I got my little girl glued on there, and so I really like how that came out. I think it looks so cute. And so just going to glue that down, and I have it matted on that same pink paper so everything matches. And so if you have any, like, I know I do somewhere, strawberry picking photos. So yeah, now it's time to do a little bit of decorating. So I'm just going to pick through all my ephemera and figure out what I want to do in terms of matting and putting ephemera and decorating. So I'm going through and looking through all that ephemera. There's so many cute pieces. And a lot of times what I do is I only glue portions of it down. That way you could tuck things behind the ephemera. So I've got a few more pieces that I'm gluing down. I think that's the hardest part, is figuring out what pieces to put down to decorate. And I kept it fairly simple because if I do want to put, pictures in here, I don't want to make it too bulky. So I didn't put anything on foam. I kept it very flat. Okay, so my book looks like it's done being decorated. And I'll just tie that off and we'll do a little walkthrough. Okay, so it just ties very nicely there at the side. And here is my album. And it was really, really easy. No chipboard and no measuring really. It was just really, really easy. I just enjoyed making this. And so I love how the cover came out, and when you open it, then you get all your pretty pages. Thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy with Creating with the Heart.